Oh, hi, Veronica. How are you today?
Hi, Isabel. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. So, as you know from previous sessions, this is your time and this is a safe place. And we have about 30 minutes. And I wonder how could we make good use of our session today?
Um, just before the session, I was working on something,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be good for me to just stay in that, I don't know, with that thinking process. So, in terms of my coaching business, I struggle. I want to reframe it already. No struggle. Trying to figure out, or like I'm figuring out, I'm on a journey of figuring out
Yeah.
my niche. Um, it seems like a challenge because I want to develop like logo. I want to make a power statement that I'm gonna put on my website.
Yeah.
Need to write things on my website, and I feel like I get lost in some sort of loop because it's like all of these things that I need for my business and marketing and content creation, they are kind of connected.
Yes.
And I feel like I can't do one without another.
Yeah.
But I don't even know anymore like what's the beginning and what's the end of it. Like it's just like a chicken and an egg scenario, in
Yeah.
my head.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you look for advice anywhere online, first thing they'll be like, well, figure out your niche, right? And I'm just trying and I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm like, I don't know anymore. And I think it's because I spent so much time on my own
Yes.
trying to figure things out on my own. Maybe it would be good for me to just kind of blurt it all out, just like just
Yeah. Yeah.
say it all, and the thing is, I've been writing it down up and on paper, digitally. I even have like three different places that I write about it, and oh, I guess I need a little bit of a plan in terms of maybe I have an idea who I would like my ideal client to be, but I'm aiming high. So maybe I need a little bit of a plan of be like, okay, if that could happen in 5 years, how do I start now to get there in 5 or 10 years,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, and maybe that would just kind of calm me down a little bit. I feel tired and overwhelmed by the amount of thoughts in my head.
Yes. As you said, it's almost like the chicken and egg situation and being on a loop, and
Hmm.
it's taking its toll on
Hmm.
overthinking, and there is a part of you that it feels almost like you want to have a plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Just I need the simplicity that we talked about. I think it was 2 sessions ago.
yeah.
But something, sorry, let me just put the not disturb on my phone. I'm learning that too. Uh, Technology can be helpful, can be so distractful as well.
Yeah.
So, a little bit overwhelmed with this, but it's the thing that I'm working on. Like it's like a important thing to go through. Yes, simplicity. I said simplicity that we spoke about. It was, I think, the last session, that the one before that. So it's like a recurring, I guess, pattern of like I'm thinking, thinking, thinking. There's so much
Mhm.
going on in my head, and I just need to make it simpler, make it simpler.
Yeah. So if this was a successful session, and you mentioning about feeling overwhelmed and simplicity, how would you know that this was a good session for you?
There's something about when I say simplicity, I imagine that line, like it's like a thick arrow, like it's thick and it's like that. And something like a representation of the simplicity. And I think it was two sessions ago when I felt like, oh yeah, I got that, at the end of the session. So I guess it's like a little bit of direction and plan.
Yes.
So I don't know if I was going to put a number to it, 1 to 10, it would be like with this particular thing, I don't know. It's like a it's like a 3. Okay, it's clarity. Like I want clarity. And it's the clarity that is not here. So it's like 2.
Too.
I'm like, I don't know why I write it down. I have it written down so many places and trying to even, speak to ChatGPT and have like, what would my day look like if I specialized in this, area of coaching? Or what would my day look like if I specialized in this area of coaching? And then I would get frustrated at the end anyway and be like, okay, this is just ChatGPT. I mean, there are other
Oh,
ways
yeah.
of doing it as well.
Yeah. So you want to find clarity, if I got it right, in the type of clients that you want to target?
Yeah, and but it also is about content creation, right? So like I started some social media accounts and now I'm like, well, okay, it's time to post, but what am I posting? Well, it's based on the client. So what client am I talking to? And so, that
Yeah.
loop, so it's
Yes.
clarity if don't know, it's a lot. Like it's that loop of many things connected. So I don't know if I want to focus on the client or I just need to make it into smaller steps, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like they have the big vision, ambitious, crazy thing in my head, and I need these small steps. It's just okay. What is it? What would be good for now? Just like
Yes.
as a
Yes.
compromise between all of those things that you want to do. What could you do now that will be good enough for
Yes.
now?
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I need.
And I can understand where you are with the business, that there are so many ideas, so much going on in your head, and you want simplicity and clarity
Yeah,
at this stage. Yes.
yeah.
So, with the time that we have, what do you think is the area, or where would you like to that we would look into with more attention?
No, we're going back to sports.
Yeah.
I think we did touch on that in our last session. So the thing with sports is that yeah, we spoke about it. I was telling you how I feel like I'm a little bit obsessed with tennis. And I was
Hmm.
using this word obsessed. And I don't know if I want to make it a part of my business. But because I'm obsessed with it, it's like I want to. Right? So it's like something is pulling me into that direction. It's like something is pulling me that direction, and I don't know if it's because I love it and that's what I want to do, or is it something like, I don't know, mixing up hobby with work maybe too much.
Okay.
There's one thing to have a hobby that can be a passion, but it's still a hobby that you enjoy.
Yeah.
And there's a whole different thing of like having it a part of your job. But the way I was thinking of tennis, it's like, it's just really sharing the fact that I'm doing it and that I'm watching matches. So it's like I started analyzing, like more like psychologically analyzing tennis matches. So there's so much going on there. I'll watch them for like 3 hours. Men sometimes play for so long. And I think as a coach as well, because the way we are trained to see the, nonverbal cues of things and so on. So now I see it on camera, when I watch those matches and I'm like, I was literally recently, I was like, his body language just changed. I was just like, no
Yeah.
way. And it was like literally like a break point in his game when he was kind of losing, and then he started winning, and his body language changed, and now he won the whole match. Like
So
next time.
what I'm picking up is that I can see that you are linking the watching the players with the coaching.
Yeah.
So what it's about the two?
Well, my hobby, just that I developed only recently, has suddenly become so big.
Yeah,
But coaching is so big too, right?
yeah.
It's like the two main things that are going on in my life. Like literally the rest is really boring if you looked at my life, right? So, but it's like I even remember one of our facilitators or assessors, Faye. She mentioned to me that she loves like learning about metabolism and how it affects your mood and so on, but it's not a part of her business,
Right,
right? So it's just
right.
like I think I get lost a little bit with that. Like I, for example, love healthy eating, and I have tips and tricks that I could share online about healthy eating. But then I was like, but do I want it a part of my business? So it's like, really, I need to make some decisions.
Yes, yes.
That's
I'm
what
picking up
what
on
comes
that.
up. I feel like I need to make some decisions.
Yes, yes. You have interests, and that includes tennis, and your background in neuroscience, and but as you said at the beginning, you want to have clarity around coaching.
Yeah.
And is it at this stage around the clients you want to focus on? What it's about clarity that you want to focus on today?
Um, it's just so connected in my head. I don't really know. I guess it's almost like almost like I wonder how big do I want tennis to be in my life, if that makes sense. And also, it's like if it's there's so much going on in my head, Isabel, I
I
do not know.
understand. I understand.
To focus on this session,
Yeah.
on this session, I want to start doing things on my social media and my website without having it all figured out.
Mm,
So I want these small steps of things that I can do for now that bring that clarity. So I wake up in the morning and I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna write this section on my website and it's gonna be about my story of this, right?
yeah.
And that can happen without me figuring out my 10-year plan for my business. That's basically what I need.
Yes. So there is something about action
Yeah.
that you are aiming, and with action clarity about what you need to do on the day.
Yeah, and it's like all this overthinking,
Yeah.
it's like blocking me from taking that action. And I'm
Yes.
getting frustrated and I want to take that action, but I've still not figured it out. And it's just like, oh, it's just figure it out and then you can do it. And now I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it without figuring it out.
I understand. So, what do you think is getting in the way with actually putting something out there?
Perfectionism.
Yeah.
Like I want it perfect because I want a whole plan, like crazy. Just the vision is so big. And I'm going it all in for all that vision straight away. Like I want it now. There's like no patience here. And
Mm,
there's no like consideration that, the it's ambitious. It's an ambitious vision plan, and how I guess the question would be like, how do I let go of that bigger vision? So this is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
It may be you've not figured it out, whatever even that means, figuring it out. I don't know if we ever do. It's
I'll
that
make
perfectionist. So what is perfect?
Yes, because you mentioned about the perfectionist
Yeah,
getting in the way. Can I make an observation?
yeah, yeah.
What do you think the perfectionist in you is is trying to avoid?
Well, not perfect product, right? Like not perfect website, not perfect Instagram account, you know. Um, but I thought I've overcome it a little bit because I did post some things. And even in like the last one, I look at it and I already feel like it's not great. But I'm like it doesn't bother me. It still sits there. I didn't delete it, didn't do not anything with it. It's just there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, fine.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't even know if I'm worried about other people. It's almost like just me. It's like I'm trying to reach my ambitious plan now. Like no one even like in terms of my friends and family, they have no clue what I'm doing. No
Yeah,
clue.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Because like there's no expectations that kind of. And I think I let go of some of that. In terms of jobs, I struggle a little bit like I struggled with that, what people think about me
Yeah.
a couple months ago, probably.
Yeah.
Which is like a positive thing to realize that I'm like, oh,
Yes.
let go of that actually. That's good. But so what is actually stopping me? I don't know. It's just like my own, don't, my own vision. Like, I don't know, like I look at it as in like an end product,
Right.
right? So it's like I don't see it as okay, I'll just keep posting, and while I keep posting over months and years, it's gonna be a journey and I can change it. I just see it as like, no, 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 I'm gonna have these 3 or 5 pillars of the things that I'm posting, and they have to be perfectly aligned to my ideal client. And my ideal client has to be perfectly aligned to what I like to do in my life. So then what do I like to do in my life? So then I put
Yes.
pressure on like who am I and what do I actually like and what do I actually want?
So you know you love tennis
Yes.
and you see the tennis players
Yeah.
playing their game,
Yeah.
the best game in that moment.
Hmm.
Where have you learned about their journey?
That they show up consistently. And I do. I believe I do.
Yeah,
But it's up and down a little bit.
yeah,
I do, and I have been for months.
yeah,
Um, Sometimes they lose and they leave them much crying. Crying, even though they are amazing.
yeah,
And the other wins and gets a microphone and gets to speak to the whole stadium.
yeah.
Um, but the best ones, oh, that's a big one. The best ones, the world number one and two and three, what makes them stand out from the others, and I believe this is the reason why they are the best on top, is because it's something that I learned in the last match. Even when they are not at their best, they're not performing at their best, they figure out a way to win the match. It's literally something a commentator said something about that. And then I was like, oh my God, it's like when you're not at your best, like you're not doing the great job that you know you can, but for some reason, whatever the reason is, you're not doing it. For them, it might be a massive stadium at the bloody New York, US Open,
Yeah,
and thousands of people sat there, right? But for me, it might be, I don't know, I have a headache, my period, whatever. I'm not
yeah.
performing at my best. But it's that figuring out what to do anyway for it to work,
Mm,
right?
interesting.
And that's what the best ones, that's what they were doing. Even though sometimes like they couldn't hit that or they just kept hitting the net and so on, somehow just bit by bit, maybe I'll test that, try that, like by trial and error.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching them in front
Yeah.
of everyone, literally. They would adjust certain things that we don't even have a clue, like what the client
Yeah.
is. It's the way they hold the racket, it's the way they'll position themselves, it's the
Yeah.
way they stand on the court, or and they have different opponents as well, which maybe reminds me a little bit of my clients.
Yeah.
Like I'll have a different client, each one of them will be showing up differently. And each person that shows up on my social media and my website, they'll see things differently too, right? Based on their lens. Let's call it, we know all the psychological
Yeah.
patterns.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe it's something about one of the things I heard in one of the million YouTube videos that I've watched. Um, Someone said that I think it's kind of controversial, so I've been kind of thinking about it. Do I agree or do I not agree? She said that you'll attract people based your authentic self out there,
Mhm.
and then you'll see who you're attracting, and that's gonna be your niche.
Okay.
So she like kind of flipped it a little bit around rather than specify your content to a particular group from a get-go.
Yeah.
It was a little bit like, well, what if you just show up and be authentic, right? So it's like, I think that's where this tennis thing, maybe in a way, like it is a big part of me now.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I want it out there.
Absolutely.
The interesting thing that happened with all this, so I've been thinking, I wanted something I wrote down. So it was neuroscience based because that's like my selling point. I'm a
Yeah. Yeah.
neuroscientist,
Yeah.
And then I wrote down life and performance coaching in sports or just mental performance coaching.
Yeah.
And if it's mental performance coaching, I don't specialize in sports. It could be anyone who's high up there. Whether it's some managers, executives, that's performance in they measure performances in the corporate world all the
Mm,
time. That's in sports too, performance, all about sport. And that's really interesting because like I really like Nike adverts.
yes.
You know that kind of vibe of dynamic performance, top, uh,
Yeah.
technique vibe, but also kind of cool and innovative, that's kind of vibe. I literally hired like a logo designer and I told them Nike is my go-to. Like this kind of black background and a nice clean logo.
Can I make an observation?
Please,
Because
you
I'm
didn't
picking up on your body language, and we've been talking about body language.
know. Yeah.
And so your body language has changed. When
So,
we started the conversation about clarity and being on a three
yeah.
in terms of moving forward and the clients you want to work on, where do you think you are on a scale now?
I would say it's like five.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I do thought about these things.
Yeah.
I just need those steps now,
Yes.
like okay, I have an idea, and maybe I've not figured it all out,
Yes.
you know, but maybe I can start with small steps, show up just me,
Yes.
right? And then just kind of see what happens. Yeah, I know what I wanted to say about this mental performance coaching. What happens in the meantime is that I used to be an academic and I have friends in academia still doing not just PhD, but they are now research associates, right? And so one of my best friends is one of those still there, and she's got her friends who are still there. And so now we're going to play paddle tomorrow. And she's like, you know what? You should, I'll suggest to Laura that maybe you could do coaching with Laura. And it's like, but actually Francesca, So that's like a referral. And the thing about that is that's something that where I've done that. I know the culture, the environment, and all that.
Yeah.
So it sounds almost natural that I would attract those people. And it's also performance, in science, it's all innovation, being best and so
Yeah.
on.
Because I was going to ask you about support, because you are figuring it out, and you mentioned about your friend.
Mhm.
And so who or how you can have support even after the session, because you want to take action by being having clarity. So what is the support at the moment?
Well, I think I must have quietly realized that I need some because, like a few days ago, maybe last week, I was even wondering about asking a consultant, like Ruth,
Yeah,
like actually whether I need to pay for it or I could
yeah,
have a free call and have a chat. Because I feel like I'm just kind of I feel a bit stuck, right?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Mm, my boyfriend, my boyfriend often could have a good perspective because he knows me very well,
yeah.
but he's just really busy. I don't even know if he's got a headspace for it. Like he's just like he's got his own problems going on now, and I don't know. Maybe he used to be a little bit of support that maybe I've lost because now he's dealing with his own stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe that's what's missing, you know.
yeah, yes.
Um, that friend that I was talking about, I don't know, she's too chaotic. And she doesn't know that part of me, that sporty part of me.
Yeah.
Because when I stayed in academia, I wasn't doing sports. And I think that's one of the reasons why I wasn't too happy, And now I do
Mm, yeah,
sports. And I'm like, hey, Salma, actually, you may not know this, but I love
yeah,
sports. So I can always, what comes to mind is peer coaches. It's
hmm,
more this connection
yeah,
with a group of people
yeah,
doing the same thing.
yeah,
But it's different as well because they don't know me that well,
hmm,
right? So it's like, I think ideally it would be someone more like my boyfriend, I think. I do have two friends. I used to ask them in the past, and I don't even know what they say. Don't even remember. So this would be easy in a sense that I just message them on WhatsApp or Messenger.
yeah.
And I'm like, hey, you know me well, you know what I've been doing. Who do you think? Um, well, I don't know. Who do you think I am?
Yeah,
Like, please, someone tell me.
yeah.
I'll write it down to message them
Yes.
again. Um, I think it's really tough with that niche because in the past, like 2 months ago, I had a very different idea and I was focusing on different things that I thought were differentiating me. So I was like focusing on the fact that I'm an expat, I'm someone who comes from a different country but lives here and I don't know, I have an accent, so maybe I understand people like me who might be in a different country and trying to make it work. And it was very, very different approach.
Yeah.
And now, like 2 months later, I come up with a completely different idea. And I'm like,
Figuring it out.
yeah, yeah,
Like the tennis players figuring it out. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the tennis players.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
you
write,
mentioned about contacting people that know you well.
yeah.
What do you think will get in the way? Because we're talking about clarity and action. What do you think might get in the way?
Um, their time. Like I just not sure if they have time to sit down and think about me and my life, you know? Um, and I'm wondering, how can I make it maybe simpler for them? Mm, either a voice note that is not too long, but my voice notes are usually too long. That's the thing. Because we chat a lot, but we often chat through voice notes, and mine are always the longest. Um, it makes me think that I could even have like maybe I would ask questions that are written, but they would have to be like three questions,
Yeah,
not five and not 10. It would have to be like three questions
yeah,
um that maybe just I don't know, maybe just help me figure things out
figuring it out.
and not necessarily like, tell me who I am.
I understand.
Um, they would need to be powerful, like we
Yeah.
ask powerful questions in coaching.
So today we've been talking several times about figuring it out.
Yeah.
And the what you are learning from the tennis players, which is amazing. I don't think I will look at another tennis game the same way as I used to now that you actually gave me that example of the body language. And thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
What have you learned about yourself today?
Um, that I'm constantly figuring things out, which makes me busy and tired in my head,
Yeah.
right? Um, I think that's what it is, really. And it's like, I think because I'm an ambitious person, it just kind of never stops. I never settle. Never. It just doesn't exist in my world. And I think as soon as I would settle, it's just, but in the past I thought that maybe it's that perfectionist that is driving me. But then I realized it's just a part of me. I get bored. Like I'm bored if it's nothing's happening.
Yeah.
So no wonder I pick up a new sport and I start going crazy after this new sport. And even my therapist told me that I thrive on learning. And it's just the way I am. So I acknowledge it as in I don't think it's a bad thing or I don't think it's a perfectionist driving me, which is probably at some point
Yes,
it's
yes.
cool. But it's a big part of me
Yeah,
that just likes learning, um, that's constantly figuring something out.
yeah,
And I think I was during my PhD, after I'm doing it now. It's just
yeah, yeah. What is the biggest takeaway from today?
that I need those big ideas in my head, simplify and narrow down to little things that I can do every day.
Hmm.
So really, it's like a proper, I don't know, project management, literally, Like, what steps are you gonna take every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, throughout the week to after a few weeks reach a goal, and that goal is gonna sum up. A few of those will sum up, and that's gonna be your dream bloody life. That's, I think, my takeaway.
This is a good place to end today.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you very much. Thanks,
Thank you.
Veronica.